at this online ashram, and this is on the Monday, 1 week after Guru Purnima, and we will discuss the experiences of Guru Purnima and what it is, etc. this evening. So Guru Purnima is consisting of two words, Guru and Purnima. Purnima means full moon, and here with Guru Purnima we mean the Guru Purnima in July. Guru is a teacher, so it's a full moon dedicated to the teacher, a day for the teacher, and this is celebrated by you can celebrate respect any teacher. And in the Guru Purnima here at the ashram, at the online ashram, we especially honor Babaji, Mahavata Babaji, and Muniraji. It's who helped him and who was appointed by him to be the guru for the West. So both were really gurus at heart. That's my experience. And during these days, we have this program with attention for the guru. It is, in fact, through the program, during ceremonies, we enliven the connection with the guru, and we honor and respect him, and it's an exchange, the energy of the guru and our energy. So maybe I can ask people who have attended Guru Purnima. First of all, the Guru Purnima, there is a big international Guru Purnima for Babaji and Muniraj at Zwijvenalp. It was there from 17 until 21st of July, I think. 21st of July was the main day. And you all three were joining these celebrations. Who can tell us more what you experienced, how you saw it, what was the program? So, Francis?
Okay. I hadn't been to such celebration for quite a long time, and I was happily surprised by very nice meetings which we had there. And what I noticed is that there was a lot of bubbling happiness in all kinds of ways. People were extremely good moods, deep moods, and I've been trying to explain this because although there's very nice music, there's very nice food, there are very nice people, altogether it's like the general energy is completely elevated, but in a way which is much higher than everyday life or any full moon. I was happily surprised, and I got back very happy, and I hope I can share this happiness with my folks and my in my work and so forth.
Okay, thank you very much. And maybe Amba, this is the first time you attended such a Guru Purnima?
Yeah, this is my first time, and maybe also the first time for China to attend this such a big festival, and it was a very nice surprise for me and extremely deep and complicated experience for me. Not always positive for me because sometimes I have to adjust for into that energy, and but later I realized those sufferings and those turmoil you cannot get anywhere else, and they're all in all positive in a way. And and every day we start with morning Paduka Puja and Arati, and then Havan, and then lunch and a break, and in the afternoon we have satsang, and then arati. And for me, the best is Havan. Havan is organized well, and everybody was happy, and the gods were also happy.
Ah, what is
Yeah.
Havam?
Oh my god, what is Havan? Okay. How how to explain it? So it is a very old ceremony. It's a fire ceremony where everybody sit around a duni, that is a place dedicated for God, and you light a fire there, and everybody would do offering to the specific gods, which was invoked by certain mantras. And the mantras are usually done by some priests, and other people are doing some offerings. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. And that is enough to get this deep experience of unity of God in yourself.
Sorry, again?
This is a simple procedure to get the experience of unity of God in yourself and to share it with other people.
Well, to me, yes. Because when you're doing offering, this is a way of expressing your reverence, or like it is a direct connection with God. So the unity, you can feel it.
Okay, very good. And Ilona, you have experience. How was a satsang in the afternoon?
Satsang and Havam were probably my favorite. I could hear others' experience and learn a lot from it. I could not believe I'm meeting people in person who have met Babaji in real life, in physical.
Mm-hmm. And you are also happy there?
Yeah, very happy. There was high energy in there, and I'm very sensitive, so sometimes I wasn't able to attend all the activities, and I needed to retreat, sorry, to my room. But yes, the day program was quite busy. In the morning, you get up early and you do the mantra singing, and in the evening maybe singing and dancing, and also Havan ceremony once a day. And to me it was very purifying, and I had like profound experiences for me, energetically. So I came back much healthier and happy to share this good energy with others. But I also made meaningful connections with people, and before internationally. And before I went to this Guru Purnima, I was quite skeptical about my connection with Babaji. And after, at the end of it, I understood there is no question, and it doesn't interfere with other beliefs and practices.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, it's simple procedure with yeah, somehow the energy of the guru comes and gives you connection and elevates you, transforms you. That is the meaning and the purpose of these programs. So I stayed in Holland, but we had a little Guru Purnima celebration here, and it was also very nice, very soft. People were very happy, and there was much harmony in working together to get this realized. And during the ceremonies, also, and we did it more simple way than you did, but it has also great effect. It is simplicity is also the strength of it.
We all agree.
We were meeting the daughters of Parvati. Mm, they're living in Norway, and they also were very happy because their mother said they should make some connections with other people, and they did.
Who's Parvati?
Parvati is the woman from Bali who's doing
Ah,
Hava.
and they were in Norway or something? Or?
Her daughters, they live with their father in Norway and attend university there in Oslo.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, they said they haven't met that many young devotees, and to me it was also meaningful to connect.
Mm-hmm.
Did you still meet them on this evening?
Yes, because my flight got cancelled, and immediately it felt like a negative thing, but it turned into a very positive thing because we got to meet 3 days after.
Nice.
And I fell in love with Zurich. It's very nice.
You got your toothpaste?
Yes?
Very important detail.
Ah, yeah. I know why you're saying this now. Because when I was walking there were many expensive shops, the fashion designers, but there was no shop just to buy toothpaste.
And then you got it in the hotel, right?
Mhm.
At last, no shop for toothpaste. Okay.
But maybe I would like to say one thing more about this meeting. Sometimes you do this habits like arti and havan and everything, these ceremonies at home or abroad, and it gives a kind of nice effect. But to be honest, we don't like to be in a limited religion or something which keeps us in a space where we are apart from others. And I think this was so nice to experience in Swiping Up. Not only in the expressed space of this temple and where all these major religions were present and respected, very clearly respected. But there's something beyond, and this is what Babaji often talked about the Sanatana Dharma, the eternal religion. But if we think about eternal religion, it's in fact beyond ceremonies, it's beyond knowledge, it's beyond love, it's beyond everything. But we need something to trigger this in us, and I think I was so happy to see that experience in so many hearts together, that we um, we celebrate something bigger than all these individual or cultural or timely habits of spirituality or religion. This eternal religion is everywhere all the time. But it is very difficult to grasp because we're living in time and space in a certain culture in a certain time, and we tend to identify with what we have now. But to go for a little moment in this eternity and experience that, not only as an individual, because it was definitely a group experience, which in which indeed you could see your own problems more, but not only your own problems. There was too much energy to only have your own problems. There was some kind of fantastic, great energy which which was beyond us as individuals. And I was trying to write something or express something about how these days were filled, and I will still try to put it on uh, uh, a small sheet, because experiences like this, they are very difficult to catch in words. It's like with love. How can you catch love in words? But also an experience like such a deep, I would say, true spiritual experience of it's very difficult to catch. Maybe somebody would like to add something, because I don't know how to catch such things in words.
And what do you think is the outer manifestation of Sanatana Dharma?
Definitely happiness, tolerance, health, health.
Yeah.
It was an amazing experience. Also, we almost didn't sleep. We almost forgot to eat. Uh, and all the time
No,
we
you
were.
never forgot to eat.
But not so much as at home.
Yeah.
And but we were going all the time. Don't know. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
feel the same.
experience beyond time and space. This is the thing. There is no need for worry about the future or something about the past, because it's beyond all these things. So you can be happy.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're there and you're in your temple clothes, or whether you're wearing a sari or you're wearing a kota or something, when you're in that clothes and when everybody gathered in that temple, everybody was just the same, without past, without future. We're just there and being devotees of the same God, the same Dharma.
Well,
Yeah, present, surrendered in unity.
Mm. Yes. Because after all, we're just nobody and nothing, just devotees of gods.
But I love how Francis highlighted that we're all individuals and we all have different traits and expressing our devotion to gods, and how inclusive Babaji's approach is. And this is by all means the most important essence of this unification, is that it includes everyone and ever believes. You can't find many I would say maybe spiritual family or spiritual groups that are this inclusive. And this was very beautifully shown in the ashram and the temple. Like Francis said, there is Islamic altar, there is Jesus, there is Hinduism, etc. And for me personally, having been involved with a religion that was not inclusive, this is extremely important to me, and it verifies how genuine the approach of truth and simplicity in love is. And then going back into the airport, you could feel the presence of Babaji, so was you, and it's quite beautiful to be held like this. And then sort of my personal experience is going back into the normal world, and how important it is to upkeep the practice in some way or another, because I personally just drop back into my mind very easily and get busy with normal life.
Yeah, I also have trouble keeping the mood. In fact, it's almost impossible because the energy is built up by a lot of people and we're just individuals. So we can only keep our sadhana and do a bit arati and puja daily.
yeah, don't worry. This will come and go.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
also
That's
Kaku said something nice. He said to Amba, When you're ready, then let us come. We will do a Havan there in China.
Oh, that's so nice.
We dig a hole and do a Havan.
Dig a hole, yes.
One day.
when I have my place, when the ashram has its place in China, everybody is welcomed.
Okay.
I'm looking forward. We'll be helping.
Ooh, China, exciting.
Near which place is your place?
Which place is my place?
In China?
In the east, beside the sea. Not so much mountain and forest, so maybe not a good place for ashram. But maybe somewhere in the south would be a great option. Well, as south as possible, and that's the best because you're far away from Beijing, and Beijing is the part where it is slightly more strict, like politically and other.
Also, if you think of cheaper, then where it is warmer is better, and you don't need to,
Yeah.
heat.
Yes. Oh my god. One reason more in south.
Yeah.
And Yolanda had this ideal of having ashram in Tibet.
Oh.
Yeah, it's also a very good idea.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's possible. Let's see what Babaji choose the place for himself.
Exactly. These things happen.
Yeah.
We were talking about it in the retreat center I was in for the last couple of days. It's like how we like to talk about how we think we control the plans and how in reality we just surrender to the divine plan.
Yeah.
It's an art of I and God doing it together. I and God, me and God, I and God. My thoughts, his thoughts, what he wishes, what I wish. Can we do it, God? Can we make it simple? Can we just do what you want? I want this, and do you want it also, God? What do you want, God? But there's a saying: God helps who helps himself or herself.
So does that lead up to the fact that we are God also?
Definitely. We have particles of him, of her, or I don't know, her. Sorry, but we get to get this.
What's that?
It sounds
Her,
like
him.
the cough.
Oh, when you're not sure, you just say that, is it?
Is that a joke?
Rim. Her, him.
Ah, 2 in 1.
Okay.
Rim. Because
yeah.
we can't say God is a woman. We can't say God is a man. Maybe it's a good woman, man, a woman, a woman, a woman.
Okay.
I didn't think, William.
Okay, we like to go on, or we close this session?
Yeah, it's a day. Both. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Oh, we can, if you want to, we can read one more chapter.
Oh, what do you think, William?
For me, okay.
Shall I get the book?
Yes, then.
That'd be amazing. Yeah. I was hoping we could do a bit of both, maybe. So next you have coming up a Bhakti festival in Netherlands, which is soon.
Yeah, in 3 weeks.
I don't dare to ask what Bhakti festival is dedicated to, because, yeah, maybe it's a long answer.
No, it's not a long answer. The Bhakti Festival is mainly about singing bhajans.
Oh,
So it's a little bit different, but you were also singing bhajans in Zwijbenalp, I guess.
Yeah, yeah,
So, and then this is the main activity
yeah.
of kirtan and bhajan singing. Also some satsang and less fire ceremonies, and but more kirtan. That's in short.
Mm-hmm. And in Schwabenalp, we had this whole night non-stop bhajan.
Yeah, yeah, probably also. So I don't know exact the program, but most of the time it's from Saturday to Sunday. There is the singing all night for who likes.
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
Okay, sorry?
Amazing. Mr. Ashram will be visiting.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That very much explains.
It's Babaji goes to Gwalior from Vijay Gupta. My Years with the Himalayan Mystic, chapter 46.
46.
After visiting Makandi, Babaji had left for Vrindavan for Gwalior to perform a 9-day yagya for Lakshmi Narayani and his family. Lakshmi Narayani used to live with his brothers in Gwalior. They had redecorated their house from top to bottom because Babaji was coming. The Yagyashala, a place where several priests sit and perform yagyas, had been built in the grounds in front of their compound. Thousands of devotees came for Babaji's darshan. Sri Vishnu Dat Shastri was slated to recite the story of Srimad Devi Bhagavatam in Sanskrit during the day, and in the evening he would give discourses on it in Hindi. Some people in the panel asked, why doesn't Babaji deliver some sermons? Shastri responded, I have also making the same plea. Haidya Kandi, Haidya Kandi Sadashiva Sam Sadasiva Bol Palak Jagat Pati Bol, meaning, I am also praying to Prabhu to give us a sermon. The Lord of Herakan spontaneously intervened and said, we will speak when the time is right. Later that evening, when Shastri, Lakshmi, Narayani, and I were in Babaji's room, Shastri asked, Maharaj, why don't you give sermons? Babaji said with a smile, Shastri, we could give a sermon, but first tell us who will follow it. They will only say that this is what has been written in the Ramayana. This is what Swami Vivekananda has said, and Lord Krishna has said this as well. They will just say that we have heard all this before. That is why we make you all do the yap chanting. We want to empower you through chanting. So that if we say something in the future, you will follow it. The Lord's words silenced Shastri. On the third day of the yajna, Lakshmi Narayani came to Babaji and said, Vijay Rai Sindhi Rajmata, Queen Mother of Gwalior is coming for your darshan. The word had spread in Gwalior that a very big saint, whom devotees considered an incarnation of Shiva, was in town. At 11 a.m., Rajmata came to see Babaji with her people in 2 cars. After bowing to Babaji, she requested him to pay a visit to her palace for a yajna. Babaji accepted her invitation and went to the palace with some devotees after the Havan next day. Rajmata received him at the palace with great fanfare and placed him on a throne. She washed the Lord's feet using gold and silver utensils. This was followed by an arti. Shastri has described this incident in the modern Lila Sud Kalas, the last part of Sadasivat Charit Amrit on Babaji's orders. Do we want to listen another chapter?
Yes, for me.
Yes. In Majan Nagri in Bombay. After Gwalior, Babaji was to go to Bombay to Manhar Lal Vora's residence. He was one of Mahindra Maharaj's devotees. He had published many books on Babaji and had been pressing him to grace his house. After the yajna in Gwalior was over, Babaji had stayed on for another day. Manharlal and Ambalal Inamdar flew in from Bombay to pick up Babaji by air. Another first for Babaji. Manharlalji bowed to Babaji and said, Prabhu, tomorrow morning we will be taking you to Bombay by plane. The schedule had already been set. The next day, Shastri and I went to Bombay with Babaji. The air trip was a first for all 3 of us. Shastri was very nervous. Lakshmi Narayani had come to the airport with some local devotees. Their eyes were damp as they saw us off. We reached Mayanagri, the city of illusion, Bombay, in practically no time at all. A large number of Swamiji's devotees who hailed from Bombay had come to the airport to receive Babaji. He was ushered in a car bedecked with flowers. Manharji lived in Sion Circle in Bombay. We were welcomed at the door of his house by Voraji's daughter-in-law, Jayshree. His son, Dr. Arun Vora, Inamdari's wife, Kusumji, and a few other devotees. I was overawed by the magnificent buildings in the city and thought this was truly a city of illusions. Babaji ascended the stairs inside the house. I looked about me appreciatively. Voraji had a very beautiful home. I put Babaji's belongings in a large room. Shastri and I were to share a room nearby. After his feet had been washed and arti had been performed, some orange juice was offered to him as a bhog. Babaji then dismissed everyone and told us to get some rest. We all received prasad and trooped out. Devotee left for their respective homes, and Shastri and I went to our room. Once we were alone, Shastri told me all about the Voras. They were the ultimate devotees of Sri Mahindra Baba and had sent many books that he, Shastri, had written to Mahindra Maharaji in Vrindavan. They were extremely wealthy and yet very simple people who owned a movie hall at the back of the building where we were staying. It was called Rupam Cinema. In fact, they owned all the shops in the building. After bathing in the evening, Babaji applied chandan on all the devotees who were present. In those days, Babaji used to apply chandan on his followers with both hands. Devotees were increasing day and night. All all disciples were bringing in new ones. Mahendra Maharaj had once written a couplet on Babaji. Gar gar jay bhakt sabt tare, kide din sab banti sukare. He went to the house of all his devotees like a lodestar and made everyone happy. Shastri had also prophesied that the nature of God will be very simple, and he predicted about Babaji had turned out to be prescient. Everything that Swamiji told his devotees about Babaji proved true. He not only passed all the tests that were set for him, but he was exactly as Swamiji had said. He would be innocent, yet all-knowing. Time flew by and a routine set in. During the day, Babaji would visit the houses of various devotees in Bombay. People would stare at him on the streets. Several took to following him wherever he went. Lakshman Singh came to Bombay from Danta to see him. One day he brought his cousins to Voraji's house. Neela Devi and her brother Raghuvir Singh were also residents of Bombay. Lakshman Singh was extremely fond of me. Babaji had yet to emerge from his room. He introduced me to Neelaji and said, Vijay Bhai, this is my relative. Shami Kapoor, the actor, is her husband. This is her brother, Raghuvir Singh. I've been a movie buff of sorts as a child, and I was thrilled when I discovered that Swamiji, one of my favorite matinee idols, was Neelaji's spouse. I immediately went to Babaji's room and informed him of their arrival. When Babaji came out, all the devotees present paid obeisance to him. Lakshman Singhji took over the introduction and presented Neelaji. Babaji smiled and blessed her and Raghuvirji and asked me to give them some prasad. Voraji and his family requested Babaji to grace their cinema hall, Rupam, with his presence. Babaji laughed and said, we will definitely come. On the following day, Babaji was escorted to Rupam. The Vora family welcomed him with an aarti. Babaji was seated in the balcony and the movie began. It was the opening show of a film called Malik, 1972. Babaji sat in the theater for about half an hour and then left for Voraji's house with a smile on his face. Everyone else also followed suit. How compassionate he was. He had just gone to a movie to please his devotees. The next day, Babaji had to go to Ambalal Inamdar's school fellowship. There were arrangements made to honor Babaji. We were ferried to the school in cars and were informed that prasad had also been arranged for devotees there. A lot of children studied in the school, which was run by his wife, Kusum. Vora Sahib was with us. Babaji received a magnificent welcome at the school. Kusumji was present at the main gate with her staff and some devotees, and they made Babaji stand on a beautiful made rangoli and performed his aarti while singing in a Mangal Geet, song sung on auspicious occasion, to welcome him. He was then ushered into a hall and seated on an asan where his charan puja, worshipping of the Guru's feet, was followed by another aarti. Voraji's son Arjun and daughter-in-law Jaysri had also come from the event. Babaji had an acute sense of humor and often played pranks. On this occasion, he decorated Shastri very beautiful with garlands, causing a great deal of mirth. In Amdarji's son, who was photographing the entire affair, showed one of the snips to Babaji. Thereafter, Babaji went to rest, while devotees lined up for prasad. Just then, Jamunadas Lidawali arrived, and Inamdari took him to Babaji. Once the introductions were over, Inamdari said, Maharaj, he donated a lot of money to Mahendra Maharaj for the construction of the Vrindavan Ashram. Babaji immediately asked Shastri to hand over some prasad to Lidivaliji and invited him to the Vrindavan Ashram. At 4 in the evening, we went back to Voraji's house. It was now overrun with devotees eagerly waiting for Babaji's darshan. Babaji went for a bath and then applied chandan on everyone. Once he sat on his asan in the hall, they rushed forward to him. The bhajan singers Voraji had organized that evening lent a melodic backdrop to the whole scene. There was a joyous air all around as bhajans echoed throughout the building and wafted out skywards into the cosmos. Every last one of us felt as if we had become one with God. Lord Herakan was distributing prasad to his devotees with his own hands when Lakshman Singh, Nilaji and Raghuveer Singh dropped in for another darshan. Nilaji and Raghuveerji pleaded with Babaji to pay a visit to their father's house. He told them that he would come the next day. On the following day, Babaji visited their father, Colonel Ajit Singh's residence. They all greeted Babaji and took him to a tact inside a big room. After washing Babaji's feet, Nilaji's father performed the arti, accompanied by chants of Om Namah Shivaya. One by one, devotees presented garlands of flowers to Babaji. My eyes, in the meanwhile, were on a handsome man who was taking Babaji's photographs from a distance. Raghuveerji, Vijay Bhai, that is my brother-in-law, Swami Kapoor. What a big name he was, I thought wonderingly. Nilaji went with a wreath to her husband and took him to Babaji. She bent down and placed the wreath on Babaji's feet. Babaji smiled and blessed him. Shami immediately retreated into distance and reassumed his tryst with his camera. Babaji subsequently went to a room that had been readied for him. Nilaji's father, brother Babi, brother wife, also followed him in to offer him book. Nilaji came to me and said, Vijay Bhai, tell Prabhu, he, Swami, drinks too much. She was obviously very worried about her husband's penchant for alcohol. I went to Babaji and said, Nilaji, saying that Swamiji drinks too much liquor. He looked at her and said, liquor is for drinking. Our gods used to call it sura and consumed it. Men drink it and call it madira. His words distressed me and I felt bad. Nilaji had gone pale with fear. When Babaji rose to leave the room, he said, everything will be all right. Tell Nilaji not to worry. Nilaji feared for her husband's health, but as usual, Babaji was right. In due course of time, Shamiji not only became Lord Herakan's follower, but also quit drinking, earning the affectionate moniker Mahatmaji from Babaji. He started visiting Herakan and Vrindavan quite frequently, and Babaji too later visited him at his house in Bombay. He even organized Shamiji's only son Aditya's wedding in Herakan. Aditya was at our place some time ago. He came with a motorcycle all the way from Bombay, crossing the whole continent, and he was visiting ashrams. And I think he went to Sadasivedam also, and then Aditya shipped his motorcycle and himself into a boat and went to the United States. Now, this is an intermezzo. So the Kapoor family attended Aditya's wedding in full force, along with a number of big wigs from the film industry that included another Bollywood icon, Raj Kapoor. The entire event was very different from the usual traditional fairs. By the time we went back to Voraji's house that evening, Raghuvirji and Niladji had started treating me like a brother, showering me with a great deal of affection. The following evening, Raghuvirji brought two sign artists, Chetan, Anand and Priya, for Babaji's darshan. They both proceeded to offload their personal problems on Babaji. Raghuvirji later introduced them to Shastriji and me. I had hit cloud 9 by this time and was over the moon at mere thought of all the actors I was encountering. I was also seized by an avid desire to witness a shooting. Raghuvirji was amused and shepherded me to a shoot one afternoon when Babaji had retired to his room. He took me to Chetan Anand's studio to watch the shooting of Hindustan Ki Kasam from 1973, a Raj Kumar and Priya star. I was, needless to say, absolutely ecstatic. I may not have been your garden variety teenager, but I was still young enough to enjoy the experience as much as another kid on the block. We had been in Bombay for 10 days. The Lord ordered Shastri to make arrangements for our returns to Vrindavan. We informed Voraji of our plans. He pleaded with Babaji to stay a little longer, but Babaji said, "No, we have already been here too long. We will come back some other time." Vora Sahib booked tickets for everyone in the first-class compartment of the Paschim Express. Shiv Charan Baja too had come to Bombay to escort Babaji back to Vrindavan. He had a railway pass. Babaji stood at the door of the compartment and waved devotees. Devotees began to raise slogans in tribute to Babaji. As there was still some time for us to leave, people inside the train hopped off to watch the spectacle. As soon as the train moved, Babaji entered the cabin and took his seat. Shastriji and I were with him. At several stops, Shivan Charanji would bring the railway staff for his darshan. We reached Bharatpur at around 6 in the morning, where many devotees were waiting at the platform to see the Lord of Harakan. Babaji stood at the door of the compartment and blessed him. Half an hour later we were at Mathura, where devotees from Vrindavan had come to receive Babaji. We got into the waiting car and sped off to our destination. And for today, this is all on the online ashram. We invite you next week, and please, the Zavoga, stay on for a moment.